What is going on, guys? It's your boy. And today we're going to be watching some Jagdtiger sim gameplay. It was actually a very good game. I might have some cuts here or there depending on, how slow it gets, but this was just a pretty great game overall. So Jagdtiger on Sinai. Not my favorite combination, I'm going to be honest. It's a very slow tank, but I was committed to playing the Jagdtiger in this event. As you see here, I come over the ridge and I'm already getting shot at by something that's penning me, which leads me to believe it's British, because, normal tanks don't pen this thing. They knocked out my transmission. So what I tried to do is, while sliding down the hill in reverse, get my gun on target. I could see where he's shooting me from. And I do manage to do so. Aim. And clock that motherfucker. I just love this gun. I kid you not, it is amazing. I also think that strategy there is patented by me now. We call that the dead transmission, neutral steer, gear, reverse speed, shot. All right. No questions? I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. What we're going to talk about today, though, besides the Jagdtiger Awareness Month, I guess, we'll make this, what's today? May 5th? All right, so the day after May 4th, we'll make it Jagdtiger Awareness Day. So just remember that for next year, kids. But heavies and heavy TDs in sim battle. What do we do? How do we deal with them? Why do we bring them out? Well, it's a on the fence kind of thing with me. I do take out heavy tanks, but I also think that I play a lot of sim. I think I can deal with knowing how to play a heavy tank. If I die, it's on me. It's not for a lack of knowledge or anything like that. And I think that that's the biggest thing that people don't understand is they'll take these heavy tanks into sim all the time and die and not wonder why they're winning matches or not wonder why they're getting kills. And it makes a big difference. One spawn in sim makes a huge difference with the two spawn tanks. It helps your team a lot. When you're able to spawn twice. I mean, there's a multitude of reasons why you should play two spawn tanks over tanks like this. Not only the fact that most mediums and two spawn tanks are fast and maneuverable, you can get around big battlefields like this better. They also have comparable guns in these events. The Panther 2 has a great gun compared to the Jagdtiger. I love the 128, but it does have a long reload, and it does have to deal with this parallax, and it's on a very heavy chassis. While the Panther 2 has to deal with parallax, it's also on a Panther 2 chassis. It gets the luxury of moving around the battlefield at great speeds. And I think that's a big issue that people don't, understand. And I've talked about it on this channel before, but I really have to beat it into people's heads. I think, because I've noticed that a lot of guys who say hi to me and stuff in game when I'm playing sim, or they'll say hi to the boys and they're playing heavy tanks. It's like dying right away. And I'm not picking anybody out in particular. I know that shot was nutty, wasn't it? I'm not picking anybody out in particular. I've seen it happen. So I want you guys to have a better result. So if you're one of those guys who plays heavy tanks in sim and you die a lot and you don't get many kills, it hurts your team too. So trust me, train yourself on a medium tank. And if you're wondering why I'm talking weird, I still have this fucking canker sore. It is huge. It's on the right side of my mouth. It's hard to talk. I think it's going away. I don't know what I stuck in my mouth that made it like that, but it was something not good. Oh, if I almost went for this shot, but I decided not to, and he died. That would have been nutty had I hit that. I saw his 50 cal over the building, but I didn't have the balls to take that shot. But yeah, I think that's definitely the case. I think you should play some medium tanks. And then the next thing that we should touch on are map design and map awareness. So a map like this is way more suited for a medium tank than a heavy tank. You can see I have to climb up this hill. I'm in a casemate TD. I mean, I can't really find a great spot on this map that I can't get flanked from. I can either pick a good spot, but it's susceptible to flanks, like where I am right now. See how I'm kind of deciding? I don't know what to do. If I wanted to go up this hill earlier, I would have got shot by that scent. So after dealing with those two scents, I was vulnerable from the left. If somebody wanted to come down this hill, they could have easily came down this hill. And I think that's the biggest thing that people don't understand either is lineups for sim. People don't bring lineups into sim. I do. I bring a lineup into sim. I bring two different planes and two different tanks. And depending on what map I get, I take out one or the other first. Some maps that I don't like playing, like Ardennes, I'll take out a plane first and try to bomb and spot for my team. Or I'll take a Jagdtiger on that map because it's close quarters and I'll just camp aside. If I get a map like Advance to the Spawn, I'll take a heavy tank. Or I'll take a plane first too. If I get Carpathians, I like to take a medium tank and go around the south side and flank around. And, you kind of form your own, normals and your norms and what you like to do in this game. But I think it's important to do that. If you play enough to really figure out what you do on every map, it's the same thing like Call of Duty. When I played Call of Duty back in the day, I used to play a lot of Call of Duty. I don't know how many of you guys knew that. I used to go to tournaments and stuff. And I would find routes to run for search and destroy and, all the different game modes, hardpoint and stuff. I would find routes to run. And that's what I would do. I would constantly do that route over and over and over again. I'd get really good at it. I'd get really fast at it. And I'd be able to switch up afterwards. But mastering one thing of a game instead of being decent at all of them, I think is a little bit better than, at least in terms of map knowledge. I mean, I think people should fly and drive tanks. I think that's a big thing. If you kind of just do one or the other, it doesn't help you. But I think the fact that if you play a map like this and you only go one side, but you learn that side really well, you'll be better equipped to deal with the other side once you clear your side, if you know what I mean. And it'll also help you play heavy tanks better, or tanks like this, the Jagdtigers. I played this side of the map a lot, so I understand where I'm going. I know what I'm facing. I know how to deal with it. I know that there's a rock up here. I know that it goes around in a corner. I know if I go around that way, that it'll go down and into the middle of the map. I understand the map real well, so it helps me to play tanks like this, and I think that's a big thing that people kind of forget. Now, maybe I'm just beating a dead horse at this point, so what we're going to do is just talk about my thought process and what I'm going to do. So I saw two T-44-100s there. I knew that there was two of them because one was the normal green camo, one was like this desert forest camo. So I decide I'm going to flank them in the Jagdtiger. I know, bold move, Cotton, but it happens. I know that they can't get shots on me from the left, so I'm just going to follow this road down. I didn't think they would push because I think we had a tank off to our left behind us, and we also had a couple planes in the air that are in my squad. So I was just asking them for info. So now I'm going to push down this. Now, what happens here is one, epic, two, crazy, but I do it anyway. I'm driving down here. Nobody calls this T-44 out, and you'll see him pop up right now. And I said, fuck it, and put a shot through the upper part of his mantlet on the move, third person. It was a good shot. I'm proud I did it. I had to call my mom. I was like, Mom, you see this shot? But it wasn't the smartest thing to do. He wasn't going to pen me from that angle, ever. So I should have just stopped and aimed it. Because had I missed that shot, I would have been stuck with a long reload and he could have flanked. So I'm just letting you guys know that situation wasn't the best idea, although it was style points. And then now I'm just going to continue to push up and try to flank this other T-44-100 that was up here that I tracked prior. I don't know if I think I tracked the the green one. I don't know. Yeah, I definitely tracked the green one. And I think I just killed the green one. But regardless, I'm still pushing up. I didn't think about that at the time. I'm getting spots from over there. People are calling out spots, so I'm checking behind me. Keep my frontal armor towards where I think the threat is, the immediate threat that is. Just scanning the area. This is important too, trying to get a good feeling for your surroundings. We have planes in the air that are trying to call out for me, but, Oxygen just crashed. I remember, his game crashed, which was a damn shame because he's a pretty good pilot. He could have called out for me, but regardless, we're going to do it live. We're doing it by ourselves. And pretty soon here, we end up being the only tank on the ground. They called out that T-44-100 continued to push. So I turned around to go deal with him. Instead of driving up behind where I thought he was and continuing to take that path, I was going to go cut him off at spawn because he's pushing all the way up to our north spawn, east spawn. I guess both of our spawns are north on this map, so pushing towards our east spawn. So I wanted to check it out. So I'm sitting here waiting because I'm getting a lot of pings on the map. If you could, you can't hear the game, but I'm getting a lot of pings in the map from over there. If you can see on the map, they're pinging over near our cap. So I'm trying to find out what they're pinging. I don't know who's pinging it. and they were talking to me at the same time, telling me that there's a tank over there of some sort, and I didn't know what it was. So I'm just going to keep going, try to go take out this T-44-100, and call it a day. We're on 3 kills here, which isn't too bad. Kind of a slowish match going on so far. And it's not, this by no means is the best Jagdtiger match I've ever had. I just think it kind of showed a little bit about playing your life, playing a heavy tank to its life, and how cool this gun is. I absolutely love this gun. I mean, this is one of my favorite tanks in the game for a good reason. Just the 128, I would say, honestly, is one of the best, if not the best gun tier for tier in the game. You can get this thing at 6.0 on the Sturm Mill, and there aren't many guns that rival it at all. You see plane fight above me, which is pretty cool. And he tried to bomb me and missed. That's just nice. That's another thing. If you get a map like Eastern Europe with the Jagdtiger, it's not the smartest move to take it, at least the big Eastern Europe, because enemy planes like to come bomb heavies off the start. I do it now too. I just dropped my banana. I'm terribly sorry. Enemy plane, I like to do it from the start now too. It's just bombing the heavies off the bat. It's like a pretty good strategy. Although people get really mad about it, I understand why you get mad about it, but at the same time, it's like, if you could do it, there's no point in really getting too upset about it. I like going out and taking out enemy planes too now. It's been really fun, you know, flying planes with the mouse aim. It's been pretty fun in Sim. You see I'm just pushing up here. Apparently, well, no, Rude just went down to a T-44-100. He's trying to call him out. He was behind him. So I'm going to come around this corner expecting a fight. Hello. Not quite here yet. There we go. We see a lot of dead tanks. And I think he's behind this tank, so I put some machine guns through, and he gets lit on fire, so I know he's dead. Not the tank in front of me. The Type 60's on my team, but that T-44 was dead. So I can't find him. I'm like, I don't know where he went. And I figure I'm going to cut back down. Looking back at it, was that his machine gun that I saw? I don't know if I saw it, but we'll see what happens here. I start to go down to the left. And you're not going to be able to hear it, but I hear an engine. And I cut myself to the right because I hear the engine. And there he is. Hello, my friend. And he's not even looking at me. 128 delete button right in the side. You can't survive that. That one hurts too bad. Hurts way too bad. So then we're just going to drive down here and try to find the other tank that's alive. I think we're on 4 kills right now. We ended up getting 6 this match. So, oh yeah, I remember what happened. So I go down into the middle. I decided since I wasn't going to go back to RCAP, I couldn't find the guy. I was just going to go down to the middle. Oh, you guys hear my stomach? I need to go get lunch. What should I get for lunch? Comment down below. And the first couple of comments I'll take into consideration. I think that'd be pretty funny. That's how I'll know you got it this far. Did you guys watch this much of the video? Do you care this much about the Jagdtiger? If not, you're just a terrible person. But they don't even get to hear this, so you guys who are listening are pretty tight, dog. So what happens down here is, I don't know if it's safe for YouTube. The video might get demonetized because of what happens, but, you know, I have to show it. Part of the Jagdtiger gameplay. We're driving down here pretty fast. Somebody calls out a tortoise. A tortoise. An enemy heavy TD of equal stature? I think not. Not of equal stature. Get that shit out of my house. Goddamn tortoise. Acting like he's tough and some shit. Yeah, you think you're the heavy TD? Not in my house, Sonny Jim. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to show you the last kill was just a PT-76 running through the middle of the desert. It was a pretty cool shot. It's like a delete button, this gun. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Make sure you're subscribed and click the bell. I know it's a lot of stuff to do. I know. It's crazy. Check out my videos from yesterday. I thought they were pretty hilarious. The M6A1 armed with a B-17 engine or the milk truck driving around the enemy spawn killing people is pretty tight. If you want to get mad about spawn camping, call me up on my banana phone and cry about it, dog. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Woo!